Didn't see you there. It's your pal Tyler here at Pointless Marketing. What am I doing? Just looking for a healthy beverage in the fridge. Just trying to stay hydrated, everybody. What are you doing? Are you checking in with for another video? I'm not really prepared, you guys. But yeah, okay. Today we're gonna have a look at this beautiful M53 submersible sump pump from Zoeller Pumps. You know what you're thinking, Tyler, it's not Zoeller, it's Zoeller. Well, I learned this past year it actually is pronounced Zoeller. Zoeller is based in Kentucky and they started off in 1939 in a basement. And now today they're a massive company, so they have sump pumps, jet pumps, well pumps, grinder pumps, all sorts of pumps. But today we're just gonna have a peek at the M53 here, so stay tuned and I'll show you a bit. All right guys, let's take a closer look at the M53 pump here from Zoeller. One of the really nice things with this guy is the body itself. It's actually got a cast iron body. Unlike the entry levels, which have a lot of plastic incorporated. We do have plastic entry level pumps, but we'll talk about that another time. Today we're talking about the M53. So nice with this guy, as I mentioned, is the cast iron body. It's got a beautiful powder coated epoxy finish. And the reason why we went with cast iron is because that motor itself. Because when that motor runs, it can get really hot. And the cast iron is really good at radiating that out to the water and keep it running nice and cool and efficient for you. And another thing with the cast iron body is the volute here. So as you can see, this is cast iron as well with the cast iron threads. So you don't got to worry about breaking your pump when you're threading it in there. You just want a nice smooth job, get her in, get her out, and get her done and make money. But anyway, just that's on the body itself with the cast iron. And let's talk about some of the functions now. All right guys, let's take a nice close-up look of the beautiful Zoeller pump here. So a few things to point out. We have nice stainless steel hardware, stainless steel handle, and also a stainless steel rating plate. That way nothing's gonna rust on you. It's always nice to know what you got down in the sump. Then the next thing to point out is the float. A lot of entry-level floats, they have the hollow style float. The thing about those is they can bring the price down, but the reality is if they ever crack, they become waterlogged and it's not gonna work anymore. With the 53 here, it's a polypropylene float, so even if it did crack, it's still buoyant, so it's still gonna lift and operate for you. And then we'll talk about the switch next. This is a snap acting switch. So Zoeller's been using these since the 80s, and they're very solid. They've tried, tested, and true. Used over millions of times and still work awesome. And the last thing I want to talk about is the airlock prevention. So you can see the hole in the bottom of the pump here. That's so this thing doesn't airlock on you. Because what happens at Zoeller sometimes, they get phone calls. Well, people will call in and say, hey, I hear the pump running, but there's nothing coming out. It means it's airlocked. So just kind of picture a glass of water and I'm trying to put a cup underneath. There's gonna be air in there, just like those experiments as kids. But anyway, so that's what happens. So Zoeller has the hole there in the pump itself. And then also too, in the discharge, when you pipe it in, always make sure you drill your own hole. That way, yeah, you don't get these things airlocking, and then you have a nice, beautiful sump pump working for you. So anyway, we'll touch on a couple more things and wrap this up for you. All right guys, a few more things to touch on, we'll wrap it up for you. So one of the things I didn't talk about yet is the impeller. So inside here, there's a vortex style impeller, and it looks like this. It looks like a ninja throwing star. Hi! The nice thing about the impeller, the vortex style, is actually solids don't pass through it. They actually get sucked to the outside wall. So kind of like the Gravitron at K-Days, or if you're from Lac La Biche like me, powwow days, the solids gets sucked in, stuck to the outside wall, and then shot out the discharge. And the last thing I want to touch on here with this bad boy is the pump curve. So just a reminder, when you're sizing pumps, you always want to be in the middle of the pump curve, because theoretically this thing can almost go to 20 feet ahead. But the reality is you're going to basically get 0 GPM there. So right in the middle there, the sweet spot, it'd be close to, I don't know, close to 12 feet. You're going to be getting around 25 GPM. But one thing I've never done is I've never actually seen these things, seen the water flowing and see the feet ahead that comes out. So maybe we'll do an experiment together. Maybe we'll take a pump outside and test it out. But I know what you're thinking, Tyler. Safety first, dress appropriately. So let me just get on my PPE and I'll be right back. All right guys, we're dressed appropriately to go outside. So let's take this bad boy up there and see what you can really do. I'm just kidding, I know what you're thinking. Tyler, that's not very professional. Don't worry, I got you covered. Say safety glasses. Safety first, everybody. All right guys, here outside our lovely new office at Pointless Marketing here in Edmonton. As you can see right there, we have the M53 pump inside that E-Series poly radon sump pit from Top Industries. I have a full length of 1.5" PVC because that's 1.5" threads on those pumps. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna plug it in and make sure we can go at least 12 feet just to physically prove it. And yeah, let's have a watch. All right, let's see if she goes. Well, I'd say she works. So anyway guys, I just want to thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, that's been a little highlight here for the M53 Pump from Zoeller. And I just want to say again, you guys, keep it classy out there, stay safe. I'm sure I'll see you again.